Because you're just a pessimistic piece of crap.
Right.
I hate you, Marco. Let me enjoy my shit.
So spoilers. I don't know how you want to start this. What do you want to talk about? Your least favorite part? Your favorite part?
Now fuck this shit. Look, I'm a. All right, can you get Zuzu out of the shot?
He wants to talk about spoilers.
Out of the shot. Now fuck that shit. Look, they're here. They're in it.
Oh, so you diving right in?
Fuck this shit. They're
No,
here.
hold on. This is my show, correct?
Yes, actually.
So let me get mine out of the way. No. I wasn't even trying to big dog you like that.
You
but
did.
I'm excited, TJ.
You literally did big dog.
Yeah, you know
He did.
what I'm
He
excited
said,
about.
"Hold up, whose name's on the show?"
So if we're gonna spoil one thing first, we spoiling my shit.
TJ
first,
about to
TJ.
choke the dog.
No, I love
He
dogs.
does love dogs. No. My man showed up. He showed up, TJ. He was there.
Jamie Foxx showed up.
Yeah.
He was good, but no.
He was
No.
actually my surprise favorite character of the
Really?
show. Yeah.
We'll get to, well, no. it
Actually, we're
already
here.
did.
Yeah.
But we'll dive into that in a
you know,
bit.
Yeah. Matt Murdock.
That was
shows up
dope.
in the smoothest way.
Oh, they didn't. They were just like, we need a lawyer.
Boom. Walking cane. Bam.
Oh, and I love,
Yeah.
and I love the way they showed off his power. They're like,
I
how'd you
love
do that?
shit,
They're
too.
like,
Yeah, people. Some people are throwing bricks through windows. That was a real. I thought they lived on like the 9th floor,
no, that nigga had good aim.
like a motherfucker, like Olympic style.
That dude must have thrown it
Shot
from
put.
across the building the way it had the.
It had velocity.
Yeah.
No, that shit was like shot out of a cannon. And Daredevil, does his thing, catches it before it hits Peter, and Peter's like, "How the fuck did you?" And Daredevil was like, "I'm a very good lawyer."
Well, they both
That-
reached for it. That was the cool moment.
Yeah.
Because
Like,
And
Peter was ready.
Yeah, he was
Peter has
ready,
his
but
spider
Daredevil
sense,
caught
but,
it
like,
first.
Daredevil also has his
Yeah, he didn't.
senses.
Yeah, he was pacing himself, and Daredevil was just like, "Oh, I got you. Don't worry." and I applauded. I was that goofy motherfucker in the theater.
I thought that was
That
one of the jokes that
applause.
didn't land in Act 1. That's just me.
Oh, the good lawyer one.
Yeah.
It
Really?
doesn't- on paper, it doesn't work.
I think his delivery makes it solid.
That's the thing.
Because it was like a smooth. Because you're
That's
just
what
a
I noticed.
pessimistic
No,
piece
no,
of
no,
crap.
no, he's
I
right.
hate you, Marco. Let me enjoy my shit.
He is right. He's right, and you're right too. That's the thing. A lot of the dialogue is not great, but the deliveries are great.
That is
That's the thing, and the deliveries make the bad shit pass, and because it is some jokes that flat out didn't fucking
So
land.
that's-
Like, landed dead.
so that's where, so jokes aside, I actually, I was trying not to mention it because to me it was a little bit, I was like, some of the lines were like legitimately corny, but it was like some of the strongest delivery you could give
Great
them.
delivery. Oh,
And
people
so,
acting their asses off. In
like they were acting way above some pay grades here. But I ain't gonna beat around the bush here. I don't give a fuck. Look, Matt Murdock, he's dope. I'm glad that they're actually acknowledging the Netflix shows and incorporating them because I felt like
At the same time.
I felt like the actors, except for Iron Fist, the actors of the Netflix shows were not the problem.
we have Shang-Chi now. We don't have to worry about it.
we got the representation. We're good.
They were like, hey yo, because I was like, they were like, Murdoch, hey yo, King, hold up, Luke, you soon. Jessica, maybe you.
Jessica's good. She can get in the club.
Oh, we missing anybody? We
They
missing.
can do karaoke.
Hey, I'm Iron Fist. Anybody?
We missing anybody? I don't think. Nah, we good.
They could kill him off. I'm good.
But
He died in the blip somehow.
But nah, they got the other web slingers in here, and they did something I was not ready for, and they made Andrew Garfield actually
He was my favorite.
the
character.
the
was my
best
favorite
character
character, yeah.
in terms of just like. I'm pretty sure they read on the interwebs that he sucked as Peter Parker, and all they did was give him character
Shove
moments.
him right in your face.
And I've never seen, and it's not like he's just a normal Peter Parker. This is a nigga with actual depression. So he has real depression
problems.
and self-inflicted
Yeah,
doubt.
he is not confident in himself that much.
That was probably, I don't know if it's the worst Spider-Man or Spider-Man 3, but
Second Amazing Spider-Man.
second Amazing Spider-Man versus Dancing Spider-Man.
Oh no. Oh no.
I don't know which
Spider-Man
one is
3 was
worse.
Terrible.
Spider-Man 3 was really bad.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. I
Two
don't
is
know
bad.
what. I don't
Amazing
know.
Spider-Man 2 is bad.
I don't know which one is worse.
I
But
see.
for the second Spider-Man to come full circle, that it had a redemption resolution, I was like, that was nice.
Let me tell
That
you
was
something.
super nice.
I told TJ this. This movie makes that those two other series better. Like, it makes you want to go back and watch them because it links up so perfectly to them. And basically, okay, since we're in the spoilers, all the villains, when they show up, it's at the point they died in those previous movies.
Except for, because I don't think Sandman died, right?
He did.
He did?
Yeah.
Oh, damn.
He did.
It's been forever.
He even says in the film.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. And they all get the realization at the same time. It's like, they're like, oh, motherfucker, no, that's what. Oh, wow. No, that's.
And actually, this goes into a point you made earlier.
Yeah.
The villains talk to each other, and they're like, oh, yeah, hey, what's up? Like,
because they know each other's stories. Like, so Sandman was my favorite in that aspect because he's in that shitty Spider-Man 3, right?
Yeah.
And so he was the best character. He was the best character in that movie, I thought, at least.
No, he was.
Yeah, he was. And so I was so glad they brought him back here. But the thing is, he's already seen what the fuck happened to Norman Osborn. He's already seen what happened to Doc Ock. Doc Ock's only seen what's happened to Norman Osborn. Right. So he's all high on his horse like, no, he's supposed to be dead. Bitch, you are dead. And then Sandman's like, yeah, no, they're both dead. Like, I was like, what?
And I actually liked how they kept it consistent because Sandman comes in and he's like, hey, look, I'm actually helping you out. And he's like, nigga, I don't know you. I only trust the other Peter. And you didn't, because let's be quite frank, Tom didn't explain shit. I mean, Tom Holland, Peter Parker, he didn't explain shit. Just made a nigga vanish and then was like, hey, like we could be friends.
Yeah.
Granted, Sandman shouldn't have been fighting the moment he realized the other Peter Parker was there. And that was always a big problem with me because it like Peter Parker would have been like, hey, it's actually me. We coolin'.
He's like, him and Doc Ock are like the only villains that have actual hearts. So Doc Ock being good because he turns back good because they fixed that shit. So the tentacles aren't controlling his brain.
Yeah.
So he's like pure of heart, like pure gold and heart good. And then, but Flint Marko was good too. But that's what I didn't like that. The fact that he's just like, you know what, fuck this. No, I don't trust you anymore. Peter Parker is just like, all right, man, but we were cool, like, you know.
I mean, I would say putting him in a cage. I get it. Like, it's okay.
And a different universe.
Well, actually,
like,
the villains do have really good motivation because it's not just they put him in a cage. It's like, the moment we send you back, you're dead.
Well, no, because the whole point was fixing them so they could have a shot.
A second chance. That was the whole thing.
No, I get that part.
Yeah.
But up to the point where they escape, it was Doctor Strange is trying to send us back to the moment we die.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, but he saves them from that, though.
Oh, man, I realized.
But that's before the fight. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it makes sense that he aligns with them because it's like, well, if I go back, I'm going to die. Like,
I don't know. Is that how that went? I thought if they went back, they were good.
No, he literally, because he said, no.
I was talking about when Doctor Strange was trying to send them back.
Oh,
That's why.
They would have just been dead if they, I got
and
it.
so, like, I think the motivation aspect was interesting because you can tell like each villain's coming from a different angle, except for the one that that's the main star. Like, look, there are
get into.
Yeah, I know. I said so. Look, like I had mentioned before, you could tell who the main villains were, and it's really villain I put in quotation marks because Doc Ock really isn't a villain, and you can tell that because even when he's fighting Peter Parker, he's the only one who's like, hold up, you're not the one.
Yeah.
I
And
don't really have beef with you.
he's like, I'm mad because I'm mad, but you're not the one. And so then he gets trapped. But, man, you want to talk about a villain that moved up in my tier list. You want to talk about a villain that I'm like, Green Goblin's always been stupid. Green Goblin was dope. That man was
Green
on
Goblin's worse than the Joker.
Yeah.
That man was villainous.
I mean, just manipulative as fuck. Like, that's Green Goblin. There, he nailed the fuck out of it. Like, that was perfect.
That might be the best Marvel fight scene I've seen. When
Which
Spider fights the Green Goblin, like
the end?
Straight up? No.
Straight up.
In
In the building?
Oh, hell yeah. Look, that's one thing that they didn't
Suplexes
really. Yeah.
He said, fuck the hoverboard, bitch.
Powerbomb through floors. Like, I'm like, God damn, it's a brutal little fight for a movie like this.
No, see,
it was up there. Like, the choreography wasn't up there, but the imagery was with the hallway fights in Daredevil.
Yes.
No, because like they're literally the whole thing was, and I love this because to me, Peter, he's dealt with Thanos, but on his one-on-ones, the other Spider-Man villains, they put it straight up. They're like, no, we the real shit. Like the Vulture dude, he's a guy who has some shit going on. Family man, he had a heart. Mysterio, he was just a man for money, but didn't really have powers like that, right?
Yeah.
Like, no, we got powers. We got powers, and we're here to kick your ass.
But Yeah, but you're right. His first solo doing.
Yeah, he's like, solo.
Right.
And we're here to kick your ass. And it wasn't just one villain who was beating his ass. Like, Lizard came in for the tag team, said, "Get your ass back."
Look, here's the thing, though. Like, most of them, and look, let's just put this out. It's not the Sinister Six, it's the Sinister Five. Yeah. It is, which was, like, you could have thrown that Vulture in just to make it.
Well, I mean, they had a sixth villain. He was just chilling in Mexico.
He doesn't count. He don't count. We'll
get into that.
Damn.
Best stinger, by the way. Best stinger out of any Marvel movie. Wonder why? Because Sony said nope.
Yeah.
Marvel said, get that nigga out.
But like he fights damn near all of them. Like they all, that's that moment to shine shit. It's like a climax fight with all of these fucking guys, separately. So Electro is a good fight, but he gets his ass handed to him. Luckily, he outsmarts him a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Temporarily enough to talk to Jamie Foxx, which works. Doc Ock, I thought that fight was dope.
That was a good
one. That was a really good fight, too, but got his ass handed to him. If Doc Ock wasn't, like, somewhat decent, he would have been dead real easily.
And then
super easily.
If Peter Parker, which is one of my problems, Peter Parker didn't have Stark Tech answers everything, because he was like, how did you control my arm, Stark Tech?
Dude, that wasn't even Stark Tech. The original Spider-Man came out in 2004. He didn't know about Bluetooth connectivity yet.
No. Because remember, Doc Ock
nanobots.
Yeah, that's what it was. It was a bad joke, but it was,
like the movie.
But it almost looked like he just used Bluetooth Wi-Fi to connect to it. It's like, you don't know what this is.
That actually was funny to me. He was like pairing with arms. I was like, I like that, right? But also they have another thing where they're like, let's fix everybody's issues. How can we do that? Stark Tech.
Yeah, backfires heavily, especially with Jamie Foxx's character.
Yeah, because I'm like you.
That's Stark Tech. Like he got addicted to the world.
Yeah, no.
This universe was crack cocaine to Electro.
So Electro comes out and we were not kidding. Electro straight up comes out. He's like, man, y'all guys, what's that? What's this shit right here? This. I had that blue shit at home. Yeah, I said, now I got yellow. This is that good shit. And
he look like a normal person.
He's like, man, this
look
goatee.
At this face. Like, you want me to go home? Come on.
And even Lizard comes through. It's like, man, you used to have a fucked up. What happened to you? You look kind of good.
Yeah.
And then
that's also something really fun with this movie. It's like you expect only the Marvel characters to interact with all these Sony characters, but no, they're like, no, fuck that. We got Amazing Spider-Man and Original Spider-Man. We don't have those characters interact really more than anyone else, and it's fun. It works.
It's so much fun to see these, just to see them give these characters fleshed out dialogue, to have the back and forth, to see just the different personalities and types of villains you're dealing with, right?
Yeah.
You have the, like, and this is why it's tough for the Lizard, because he's the only one who is like, I was like, man, you have not voiced any of your issues. You just kind of mad to be mad.
He's the wild card.
He said he wanted to make more lizard people.
I haven't seen Amazing Spider-Man 1 in a long time, but I think they changed up that version of Dr. Connors a lot.
They did, yeah.
So I don't think there was really a whole lot of meat on that bone.
He's the character himself. The most interesting thing he did in the comic was eat his family, which was they could have done that. Ate his son, rather. Yeah.
I'm gonna get this out of the way now.
Go ahead.
It's my one gripe with the plot point. Okay. I love everything about this movie, and I'm sorry, TJ. I know you're gonna get mad.
No, I have a big issue with the plot.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
All right. So my issue, because one of the big things is we need to fix these people. And when it starts with Green Goblin, it's like, dude, that guy has school shooter vibes. That's not the person that you start with, I'm going to fix this guy. Like, no, that is not the one that you try to help.
Not at all.
So when he goes crazy and starts, I'm like, that's what you get.
Yeah. That's Green. See, I keep saying that, and no one's getting it. Like, that's Green Goblin.
Yeah.
That's what the fuck. That's what makes him so fucking dangerous. That's why he's Spider-Man's top villain.
Because what they did in this movie, and I
love it.
And I'm like,
everything.
Because the reason why Green Goblin is so villainous is because, man, when I say William Dafoe crushed it,
oh god,
when he's in that mode in the shelter, I was like, oh,
the confused old
man. I was
man,
like, fuck.
Which is
I know you.
You know.
Yes, and I know you
No,
jackass.
You immediately pat him down to see if he has a gun.
Oh,
That's what.
I'll make you handcuff him to something.
But I'm still like, man, like, if you don't know him and you don't know his background, right? Like they didn't,
yeah.
right?
He still has creepy dude vibes.
It's
like
Willem Dafoe.
I mean, to me, I was like, hey, like, look, like in the shelter, like she deals with nothing but people with issues, right? And so you're like, okay, cool. Like I can understand why you'd want to be inviting to someone and why you plug that into your head. But man, like because you knew, I knew from the, like, I knew.
I love that scene.
I knew from the get-go.
It was from The Thing. Like, that scene is a straight thing. Like, well, somebody in here is up to some nefarious shit. Spidey senses. That was the best Spidey sense scene I've seen.
He was like,
that was good.
Yeah.
He was like, somebody is a threat.
Yeah, out of these villains that I'm surrounded by.
He's like, there's 5 of y'all. Octopus nigga's good. Sand is kind of neutral. Lizards in a truck.
The sand dude's fucking up my couch, but other than that, he's all right.
All right. Eeny, meeny, miny. I can't be racist. Like, that's exactly what he did.
And he was right.
But yeah, when I say lizard was in the truck, they literally removed this. Like, they were like, he didn't want to get out the truck. They left him in the, like, that's how
He doesn't have
backseat.
thumbs, I don't think. Like,
No, he does, because the whole
He
point was
climbs.
to grow back an
oh, he
arm.
does. Well, I know he can grow everything back, but
But yeah, no, I to get into like, it might have sounded like we were glowing in the last part, but I do have plot issues, like you do.
I mean that because it's like you don't trust the scorpion to let you across the river type thing. Like that was my problem, and for the scorpion to finally sting them, and then it's like for Aunt May be like, oh no, you still got to be. No, bitch, you deserve this. You deserve to die.
Oh,
I didn't
no.
feel anything when Aunt May died because I'm like,
it's Marissa Tomei.
no. I was like, you deserve to die. You should have sent that dude in the box way back.
Can I be honest? I was not expecting her to die.
I was not either.
That one kind of blind. I was like,
Not only
has
that-
this nigga not suffered enough?
But I like what they
no.
did because
Yeah, he never
it is
suffered
no
through Uncle Ben. Yeah, he
It
never.
isn't- Wait, we don't realize that. Like, we always figured it wasn't Uncle Ben.
Yeah, because he said, I'm not going to go into the story.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why he's like, and I was like, oh, there's an Uncle Ben. He just
There is
didn't mention
Uncle
it.
Ben, but
Yeah.
he didn't do that. Apparently,
And
he
then-
died much sooner.
Like, going back to, like, why you might not want to watch this again.
Yeah.
I'm not necessarily on the same boat, but I'm more hesitant to, like, rewatch this one because this is an origin story.
Oh,
Yeah.
This is the first
This
time
is exactly what the fuck it is.
Spider-Man is
He's
Spider-Man.
the only thing I was missing when he was unpacking. He's in his little tiny ass apartment now. Like all the classic Spider-Man things are here now. Only thing that was missing was a camera. I expected a camera to be in one of his boxes, and that would have really.
I don't know if he's going to want to work for Alex Jones, bro.
He doesn't know who he is, so maybe
I didn't know when Green Goblin was going to stop. I was like, because he said, not only did I hit your aunt, here's a bomb, bitch.
Man, he was Oprah with that shit. You get a bomb, and you get a bomb, you get a bomb. Like, he was throwing them shits everywhere.
When I say, like, there's not a villain in this movie who puts in the work like Green Goblin does.
Oh man, he sneaks bombs into places you wouldn't even expect. Like characters turn shit over. Oh god, it's a bomb.
Outside of Thanos, is there a better like
The Green
fighter?
Goblin?
Yeah.
Fighter.
That's the thing. He doesn't really fight Peter Parker that way in the original movies. I don't think.
Like,
It doesn't look like
throwing
that.
bombs?
No,
with
bombing people through floors. JJ.
Not like that, no. But
Yeah,
he's
he's a way better
supposed
fighter.
to be on par with Spider-Man.
He is, yeah, and I don't remember that in Sam Raimi's version. But
He catches the first punch, but like
That's
they
it.
don't really.
Yeah, it wasn't like that.
Yeah, they don't grapple or nothing.
Yeah, he beat the fuck out of Spider-Man. You don't expect he's an old man. Why would you
No,
expect
that's
that
what I
from him?
love
Yeah.
because they're like, you think if you think we're over exaggerating, if you've seen the movie, then of course you're in spoiler. But if you think we're over exaggerating, no, when we say legit, you guys are wrestling fans. I mean, that was
Yeah,
legit.
no, I was
That was
calling
an
out
actual.
moves.
Yeah.
I almost got thrown out of draft house. Shooting star press. Just the origin story stuff was really what I was like holding back on because it really came like full circle for me, where I was like, these MCU Spider-Mans don't feel like Spider-Man because he's not his own guy.
Right.
He's not. Yeah, he's been through some shit, but it doesn't feel like he's actually gone through any like hard. Like his Gwen Stacy didn't die.
True.
I don't know if his
You're
Uncle
right.
Ben
It
died.
wasn't that tragedy that just
Yeah.
that was his fault because all those things was Spider-Man's fault.
Right.
So yeah.
And now it coming full circle, really like it struck a chord with me.
Yeah.
'Cause, like there's every Spider-Man, there's an element of tragedy. Even Miles.
All of them, yeah. Every last one of them. That's the whole hook of them. Is it's just a tragic ass, depressing fucking character.
Okay, no. Okay, look, I understand tragic and depressing. This movie might have taken it a little, like it's a
step
lot.
above. Yeah.
I don't think it took it too far. I think it's just that this dude had to catch up. Like, that's all
That's what it felt like, right? Like, damn, I'm behind. We got to speed this shit up.
No, I don't know, because like to me, I was like, okay, he lost Aunt May. That's tough. Then they're like, great. Now no one knows your existence.
Yeah, he also.
That was the extra.
That was the one I was like.
You know what it really got me, TJ, was...
But that's what I mean by catch up. So Tobey Maguire
Yeah.
had to lose Uncle Ben.
Yeah.
Then had to lose Kristen Dunst. I mean, Kristen Dunst comes back because she's dumb. But, and then Andrew Garfield also has to lose Uncle Ben. And
Gwen Stacy.
And Gwen Stacy. Like, he was just catching up. That's all it was. He reached the point in his timeline where it's like,
had no real
now it's
tragedy.
time to be sad Spider-Man. No longer happy.
I don't know, because I don't.
Yeah, no, sad spite. Let's get that meme going. Yeah.
No, the whole thing though is right. And it's because there's a certain line in this movie where he's like, I've only really had 1 week where I've been normal, and everything else has been just back to back to back. What part of motherfucker was blipped? Motherfucker lost the only father figure he had in his life, even though it wasn't his fault. I'll give you that one, but he was blipped for 5 years, gone.
Yeah, but he didn't really
Shut up!
notice being blipped. Because he comes back from the blip. He's like, hey, what's up? What'd I miss?
Yeah, I mean,
But the Spider-Man movie was the first.
mentally it'll fuck you up, I see.
And then someone says you murdered someone who you were genuinely trying to save. Mysterio. He was like trying to save him. He's like, oh, he said, fuck you, and said you murdered someone. So now this man's on the run. The world hates his guts. And then he loses his Aunt May. And then people forget about him. Like come on.
Like, not that it's the thing. Like, not that I'm Spider-Man. No, I don't exist.
As Peter Parker, I don't. No one
exist.
knows
No
who
one
I
knows
exist.
who I am.
So he lost his. Because
Happy was the closest thing he had. Lost Happy.
Because it's not like I will say, Sam Raimi Spider-Man does have a lot of L's, but his main love interest sticks around. Like, this is the only Spider-Man who has nothing. Legitimately.
Absolutely.
Not Jack Diddley shit. Ain't got a best friend.
Graduate high school. He's studying for his GED.
Andrew doesn't have anything.
Yeah, he has absolutely nothing. No, he has his Aunt May. His Aunt May's still alive. Yeah.
So I'm saying, like,
Sally Field's still there.
like, in terms of a Spider-Man who literally
on that real quick, I thought it was funny that they fucking had to make a joke out of like, no, you're pretty amazing. You're the amazing.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that was cheesy, but I like that one.
No, the reason why I liked it was
That
because
one in Jamie Foxx's. There's got to be a black
Foxx, there's gotta
Spider-Man
be-
out
Yeah,
there somewhere.
he was like, man, you're helping out the poor. Nah, dude. And I thought that joke really worked just because they've already established the dude was depressed, straight up
He
depressed.
was so sad. He was my favorite, though. I know.
Oh, he was my favorite.
I was getting there before we got cut off.
And then the mention was who phoned it in.
Toby
Toby.
totally phoned it in, but it was okay because he's an old Spider-Man.
I thought it was
They
hilarious.
play on that, yeah.
I thought it was hilarious that so Andrew comes out in full regalia.
I love his intro, by the way. That
No,
was
good
a
intro.
legit intro.
He's like, dude, what do I have to?
No, so Ned steals Doctor Strange's little swirly ring to open portals. And he's like, okay, we need to find Spider-Man. So he does this. It's a portal to a different, well, no, it's there, but it's a different Spider-Man. It's Andrew Garfield, but he's in the distance. So they can't really make him out. And they're like, Peter Parker. And he's like, and so he runs. And the closer he gets, he's like, wait, this isn't Tom Holland. And he pops in the portal, takes his mask off, and it's Andrew Garfield. And it's like, okay, that worked. That was fun. I like how you did that. But he keeps it up. He keeps that energy.
Yeah, I liked him a
entire
lot.
time. Yeah, it fixed that entire Spider-Man thing.
I liked him more than the other two movies by a lot.
Hey, if you
No,
want-
I straight up
Yeah,
like
for real.
When
No,
I
I did
said
too.
when I
Same.
said damn, like the Spider-Man, like Tom Allen's doing a really good job. Spider-Man, I had like nothing but focal point and attention to was Andrew Garfield because I mean to me he also had a solid emotional moment when he was like when he was looking at MJ and he was just like
it was
got
Oz
it.
in our crowd. People were like, oh, it didn't really hit you because he's like tearing up like looks like he's about to cry because he actually saved this MJ. He couldn't save his own. And,
he couldn't save Gwen,
yeah, and they do shit like that in here to where you're like, this is basically a sequel to those others too, and that's what
sure.
I liked about it. It's straight up a sequel to all those other Spider-Man. This is the ultimate Spider-Man movie. No pun intended for comic book fans.
That's kind of what,
It is.
that's kind of what brought it down and brought it.
I mean, there's another one that
They missed them. I know. Trust me, I know.
That's
They
kind
could
of-
have fit them in there. They could have if they wanted to.
That's kind of why I brought it down. It brought it down because it's not an independent movie, really,
Yeah.
but it also brought it up because it's like it's a payoff. Because definitely, you watch those two Amazing Spider-Mans. There's no payoff at this point.
No. Yeah, you got to wrap that shit up somewhat.
Yeah,
Like it's still kind of wide open. But no, you see what he's
And
been
then
up.
also Spider-Man 3 wasn't good. And
Oh, she was
You get
trash.
to go out on this high note now for Toby.
Yeah. I thought he was dead, by the way.
No, he was
Because he gets stabbed by.
He got stabbed in the first one too.
and that's why they made the
Looked
joke.
like
He
he
was
got
like,
stabbed in the spine. I was like, whoa.
He's immune to stabbing.
That's what he said.
yeah, he was like, I've been stabbed a lot.
but on the him phoning it in, he walks in street clothes. Like it's like he just walked
That's
onto
what
the
got
set.
me. Like they just called him up and was like, "Hey man, can you please be in this?" He's like, "Yeah, but I'm not wearing a
He-
fucking
No,
Spider-Man."
so the one joke that
Fucking
got me the
walks in
most.
with his receding hairline. It's like,
His Nick Cage hair.
I literally turned to Jordan and I was like, "Bro, like, of course they didn't put the 40-year-old in the suit."
Yeah.
Well,
Not
they
yet.
did.
Yeah, they did eventually.
Yeah.
Because, like I said, that actually had one of my favorite jokes where he was like, "You're gonna be in this." What is
Youth
it? This-
pastor
Yeah, this
outfit?
cool youth pastor outfit. I was like, I almost spit out because I was like, "Damn, that's so
That was
right."
good. That was
That was like,
funny as
that was
joke,
like looking
yeah.
at him like, "Andrew, I see you." I said, "I see you over there."
He had a ball. You could tell.
Oh, he was having
thrilled
fun.
to be able to do this again.
He was like, and I
And
think
he's always genuinely really liked the role. Like
Yeah,
even-
he has.
Yeah.
He was upset people didn't like him in the role.
Yeah.
He didn't get to do a third movie.
Well, Andrew is the one that has the meme where he's like on the wall, right? And then he takes off the mask and it's really Spider-Man after they give him $1, like posing with
Oh
tourists.
yeah.
But it's just a meme, I know, but
Right.
yeah.
because like he what is it? They usually claim he's the best Spider-Man, just not the best Peter Parker. And I'm like, well, you've done a great job in making a character
together, yeah.
like where. He's his own, right? Because
He's in one outfit the entire time. And it's a Spider-Man outfit. He just takes his mask off basically, and it's just like
I don't have
okay.
an ID.
Yeah.
He's like,
He's like, it's that same smart ass Spider-Man that you actually did kind of like in that
think
one.
Marvel and Sony were like, all right, here, you guys can handle the Toby part, right? Like Marvel will take Andrew. All right,
no, they said we gonna
for
take
real.
everything from Amazing. They were like,
let's proofread your shit first.
You're absolutely right. That's exactly what they did. It's like, yeah, no. You fucked that Amazing Spider-Man shit up. We got it. We'll fix it for you.
hey, people
Because
like,
Marvel's Marvel, and they make everybody look bad.
they're like, they straight up like,
Yeah.
people like the people like those first three, but hey, Electro,
Come here, baby.
hey, get over here, baby.
That was actually where they put in the most notable work. Like,
Oh,
that's
absolutely.
the characters and everything they grabbed because they didn't grab. Well, I guess Franco is still blacklisted in Hollywood.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
And I don't want that Venom. I don't want him.
You ain't gonna get them.
I like the joke though when it was like, I fought a black alien.
Oh yeah. They were like no. My favorite part.
And then he was like, man, I wish I fought cool villains like you.
yeah, that's what I felt. Like,
He's like, damn.
it's like I fought a Russian dude.
Yeah, the rhino.
Rhino.
He's like,
That back. My favorite part, cheesy as it may be, it was when he saves MJ.
no, it's good.
That is a good part.
That one got me. That one really got me. Because just the expression he gives on his
Facial
face,
expression was so
It
good.
was so powerful. Just the one little thing. I'm like, God damn, they almost got me, man. It's a lot of moments in this movie that kind of make you tear a little bit. And
Yeah.
like it's a good. It's good.
And the one that made me tear the most was the stinger at the end when they said Venom ain't allowed in here. Take his ass back. But you know what they left? Just a little bit.
Yeah.
And I'm
they
like,
can call it the right thing this time in this universe. What they call it?
symbiote.
Yeah, symbiote.
Symbiote.
They were
That shit out of here.
Cause I'll tell you what, you like the only time anybody saw Mad TJ in that theater was that Venom stinger. I said, get this nigga out of here. Get this.
It was terrible.
Get this talking to himself. Sony crammed in.
Eddie, you're drunk. Time for skinny dipping.
Yeah. What the fuck, man?
It's
That's
like,
not
take your
Venom.
comical ass Venom out of here.
That's not what Venom
I
does.
kind of like that Venom. I
No,
don't
that
know.
Venom's trash. I want my real Venom.
I know he's trash, but I like it.
Real Venom's not cheesy. He's vicious.
Now,
Man, he's the gas station burrito of Venoms. And
Yeah, right.
It's not always, every once in a while, I kind of want a gas station burrito.
But you always
I want
regret
a
it.
cracking joke, you know?
You always regret it.
later, yes.
Yeah, you're gonna regret it.
And JJ, I actually wanted your opinion. How did you like Spider-Man's suit? The last one.
Oh god damn.
Oh, yeah.
that thing's rough.
Huh? No, I liked it.
You liked it? The extra blue?
Yeah.
Okay.
That shit
He's
was...
never wore the classic colors.
Those are the classic colors.
Those are the
like
classic
the
colors.
class. Yeah.
So that's why I like it. I mean, it doesn't look good on film,
Yeah.
but yeah, like it got me because it's like, oh, he's
I like.
He's-
I didn't
he's
like
got
it, but
the
I liked it.
classic
Yeah, I'm like,
colors.
this is super authentic Spider-Man, like classic. But for me, man, that ended is so goddamn depressing to me. Like it, like when I said high, low, lows. This is like that's to me was like it works, but like I didn't come for that kind of like that depressing ending that lingers. That's
No,
sad.
dude, that's what I was
it
saying.
lingered.
Like,
I
I didn't
was
want to
like,
watch this movie
fuck.
because I'm like,
Like,
Peter
this made me
doesn't
sad.
have like.
It's
I
Christmas.
get it. He's supposed. I get it. He's supposed to have an origin. His life is kind of shitty. It's not supposed
Not
to be
this shit.
that bad.
It's really bad.
It's supposed to be that bad.
No, like because the thing.
Spread out though, Marco. Not at the same
You're
time.
kind of right about that. But like I said, he had to catch up with everyone else.
Yeah, he really did. That's what I was saying. Like, god
but-
damn.
I don't think they had signed him for 3 more movies when they finished writing this.
Yeah, right.
Nah, because I'm sitting there and I'm like, because to me, so in my head canon, when I was watching the movie, I was like, okay, cool. What happens after Aunt May dies is, all right, his friends can go off to college, but he can't afford to. It's how he like ends up paying, like, because he's like, hey, look, I gotta. He's like, yeah. And then they talk to the council. They're like, okay, cool. Yo, peoples can't come through. You still can, unfortunately, but also, you know, you're broke. So that's how he figures himself out. Does the shit X, Y, and Z. Doesn't make sense because he probably has access to Stark money and shit.
Yeah, no shit. You know Tony left him in the wheel somewhere.
Not anymore.
so.
Oh, well,
Yeah.
yeah. Definitely not anymore because no one knows who the fuck he is.
That's what I'm saying. It's depressing as fuck, but
And
I
it was
also,
Christmas, TJ.
but I
He was
also
swinging around the
don't.
city by himself.
But there's so many character moments that are now just gone. Like
I thought about that too. It's like all of it means nothing.
like none of it.
Oh, Mr. Stark, I don't feel so. All that's gone.
So what I'm hoping is that because they remember Spider-Man, they just don't know Peter Parker.
Well,
So
they
maybe-
do. That's the thing. Yeah.
So they're like, so maybe they'll be like, oh, we've worked with him before. I think maybe I don't fucking know.
Yeah, that confused
So-
me.
so-
Did that
no-
confuse anybody
No,
else? Okay.
It's what Marvel does. Well, let me see what JJ says before I.
So, the original spell was they forget that Peter Parker is Spider-Man.
Right.
So they were still going to know Spider-Man
Yeah.
and everything.
Yeah.
They were just going to forget who he was under the mask.
Right.
So to fix it, he's like, instead of making it that, just make it so they forget Peter Parker. So it's
Oh,
sort
I
of the
gotcha.
reverse.
Yeah.
They're still going to know that Spider-Man existed. Spider-Man does stuff.
So it's,
Spider-Man
yes, the
saves
exact
them.
opposite. Yeah.
It's the
Okay.
inverse of it.
Yeah.
They just don't know who Peter Parker is.
Gotcha. Jesus.
So the
Terrible.
thing that I don't like about Marvel, and it's very evident with their TV shows, is that they build a world and then destroy it so we can go to another, like a flat point, like another flat foundation, so that the sequels have something to go on, and the movie itself doesn't have an impact. Like a classic version of that
Yeah,
is
it's-
WandaVision.
Yeah.
The whole sitcom world does not matter.
No, that pissed me off about that show too. It was like great gimmick, but that's what.
But
all
it
it was.
is. It's a gimmick, and
yeah.
they throw it away. And at the end of it, it's still Wanda in the woods learning.
Right.
Like they went back
There
to
was no
square
point.
one.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is the first time that they did that, but I loved it because they went back to square one. Spider-Man is your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man listening to a police scanner.
Yeah.
But they did it over 3 movies in the most creative way that you could possibly do it.
I agree. I agree with that. It's still really sad, but yeah, it's like-
It doesn't change.
you know what got me? The GED book in his thing.
Dude, because he's man, it's
That's what I'm
sad.
saying, man. They made it extra
Because
sad
they
and
tried
they didn't have
to.
to.
Because I was like, because when I saw the old suit, I was like, I'm not happy.
Yeah, you had Stark Tech. And
Nigga,
now
you at the
have
bottom.
the very fucking bottom.
Because I don't. And then like he like that long look shit with MJ. I was not okay. Okay, and that's what I'm saying. I was like, this is the first
Not
time.
okay, Mr. Parker.
Yes. That's the first
No
time in
one
a hot
remembers it.
minute where I looked at my girlfriend and I was like, this is depressing.
It was
like,
so sad, man.
like, yeah, everyone else suffered, but at least, you know, At least they had something, like one thing. He ain't got shit.
If anyone ever says this movie isn't as sad as the end of Infinity War, you are a goddamn lie.
Because this one's depressing.
Yeah, you knew they were coming back at the end of Infinity War. This is Permanence. Like, it's a permanent shit. And
I will also say that the one thing that this has over Infinity War Endgame was that I legitimately, like we had mentioned before, like people knew someone was going to die in that one.
Right.
I had no idea.
This whole movie was I have no idea because it never really been done before. It's like, okay, like watching those old Sam Raimi Spider-Man, I didn't know I was watching a lead up to this shit, you know? None of us did.
No.
And so this is like almost like a surprise Spider-Man Endgame type shit. Like this is the collective of everything. Here you go. And it's very fan servicey, but it's okay. Like, but that's what's clouding my judgment a little bit.
So this is clear that Spider-Man is for sure in the MCU, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, even Sony is. Been like, yeah, it's fine.
Yeah. Like we
make a
left
lot
him
of
there
money.
for a reason.
Yeah.
Semicolon, however, comma. And I've said we can close it out 15 different ways. But JJ, no, with your and Tommy, with y'all's like knowledge of Spider-Man as well, where do you go whenever you've done this?
I'd say Mephisto. It's about the only thing left.
They're going
Either
back
that
to,
or the
they're going
Clone
back to
Saga,
square
but
one.
don't do the Clone Saga.
Dude, they're going back to square one. And Marvel is really good at throwing away villains, so it'll probably be Scorpion.
Craven.
Oh, no, it is actually going to be Craven. Yeah.
Craven.
They've already casted him. So it's Quicksilver. So,
What?
Yeah,
All
Aaron
right.
Taylor Johnson. Kick-Ass is Craven the Hunter.
Okay.
Yeah, that's fine. But yeah. Yeah, no, it's exactly where you go. Back to ground, square one. You can still have Scorpion out there. Vulture's still around. So, I mean, he's going to have a
Well,
street
Vulture
level.
doesn't remember him now.
Oh my God.
Do you see what I'm saying?
What?
Yeah. Oh,
No. That oh my God wasn't for that. Who did we just see Wednesday on a certain show on Disney Plus?
Oh.
Who do we introduce who's also street level? If it ain't no goddamn collabs with Daredevil and Spider-Man now,
They threw
be upset.
they threw
They did all
Daredevil in there
that
for a
shit
reason.
purposely because we want to see him fight Kingpin like that. He has to. So there you go. Like he's stuck. We needed him to start from the ground
how
level.
the PS4 Spider-Man game opens.
Yeah, right. That's what I'm saying. Like that's his guy. I love that level, by the way.
Great.
I'm pretty sure that they're probably gonna juggle. Like I think that because I mean apparently he's always got to have internal struggle. I think his next struggle is literally him being like, nope, this identity shit. Not a single person's supposed to know me. And he's gonna fight that the entire time because he's like, I can't have anybody close. Fucked me up the last time.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of lessons learned, Marcos. You're right. They covered some ground.
And I was like, yeah, like they were playing catch up. I just think they revved
Too much.
revved it up a
Too
little
much.
too much because I was just like, look, I'm talking in the MCU, there's no other person who's got it this bad.
That's the darkest ending in the MCU. Period. Like by a mile.
For a character?
by a mile.
Because like you might say, oh yeah, like
You don't walk out that movie feeling good, TJ.
Captain America even got a happy ending. Like, come on.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
What
after
happy
like
ending can this-
7 movies, he'll get one. It's just
How? Is he gonna meet actual Mary Jane?
He'll
or
probably
Gwen
meet the
Stacy?
other one. He'll probably meet Gwen Stacy.
Oh, God.
All right, we good. No, this is a lot of fun. Definitely just gushing over the movie, but there's a lot of spoiler because it was the one of those ones where it's like candy, and I
It
know,
was.
I mean, JJ like straight up has the outfit next to him in terms of like his bandana, and like if you're a Spider-Man fan, there's nothing not to love in this movie.
Oh, it's for Spider-Man fans.
Yeah.
Like I said,
Yeah.
it is the ultimate end-all, be-all Spider-Man.
no, it's not. But
Me. How you topping
Into the
this?
Spider-Verse, that's what he's going to say.
Into I mean,
live action.
okay, I'll take it.
Yeah, what else are you gonna?
Well, there's a black Spider-Man out there, and he's going to do
No,
things.
that's I said live action. No, anime.
No, that's-
overall, it's
I was-
always Miles.
That was what Jamie Foxx said.
Oh yeah, that was what I did love that joke.
My only another thing I would have wanted was I was actually hoping that they'd introduce others, not other Spider-Men, but actually other Spider-Men that they didn't make mention of, just being like, hey, also, because I mean they didn't have the sixth villain, and I was like, okay, so the sixth one
Yeah.
could be the one that they're like, hey, this man's from a different universe too.
I was waiting on that sixth one. I'm like, oh, we get a surprise villain, and we never got.
Because where's Scorpion?
He's locked up with Vulture. Like we didn't even. He's not even Scorpion yet. He's just the guy.
Playing rock paper scissors with some shit. Oh, Clark, let's close this out.
All right, guys. Thanks for coming out. Thanks for staying late. Do apologize for the hiccup that we had in the middle of the show. That being said, join us on Sunday. We're actually going to do an anime hour. We're going to be reviewing JoJo and Demon Slayer. And yeah, have a good night and stay excellent.